Donald Trump Jr. is taking the witness stand once again in the civil fraud trial against his father, the Trump family, and their company. This time, he's acting as a witness for the defense. While being questioned by the plaintiffs 2 weeks ago, Trump's oldest son testified he never worked on his father's financial statements and left the accounting to others. The former president and his children deny any wrongdoing. For more on this, we want to bring in Graham Cates, who is outside the courthouse. Nice to see you, Graham. What points are the defense looking to get across?
Nice to see you too, Meg. You know, throughout this trial, we've heard from the defense team that former President Donald Trump has an understanding of value in real estate that's superior to nearly everyone else, and that's what explains why his property valuations are so much higher than the Attorney General says they're supposed to be. And today, Donald Trump Jr. has walked us through essentially an hours-long slide presentation documenting property by property the various Trump organization buildings that he says reflect his father's artistic, in his words, vision for buildings, how he creates a lot of value out of dilapidated properties, building them up in a way that supports what they've said is their side of this, which is that Donald Trump believes that these properties are more valuable because in the end they end up being that way.
Graham, how does the questioning differ from what Trump Jr. experienced less than 2 weeks ago?
You know, there's a very big difference. When he was being questioned by the state, there was a lot of moments, dozens of moments, where he said he couldn't recall various factors about the business. He spoke it almost uninterrupted, except for when he's had little questions here and there from his own attorney, for now hours, again, describing the history of the company, going back to his great-grandfather, and then the first buildings that his father purchased, repeatedly saying that his father was a genius or an artist, and the buildings were his canvas. And he was, again, describing how he added luxury touches here and there to buildings in the 80s and the 70s, things that he said were little done or never heard of before in real estate development, until his father came along and created these valuable properties where they previously had not been.
And Graham, who else is the defense expected to call to testify?
We heard today from the defense that later on in the trial they're going to call Eric Trump back to the stand, but it doesn't look like that's going to be in the next few days. Along the way, now in the near future, we expect to hear from several people they bill as experts who will again attest to this idea that these properties are worth much more than even the Trumps have previously said they were. And these are experts who the state has tried to block, saying they're not really experts. They're offering evidence that we don't think is good evidence for the trial. But the judge in this case has said, I'm pretty much willing to hear almost anything, and I'll decide which facts are going to factor into the final decision here.
All right, Graham Cates, thank you so much.